the dean often asks the faculty for an anecdote to present about that student. And the anecdote could be something about their outstanding academic work, maybe some particularly excellent paper they wrote. It could be something about their meritorious service to the college, or it could be something that's just plain embarrassing. And Stephen, you drew the short straw. At Shimer, class attendance is more or less mandatory. Because of the nature of our seminar classes, it's vital that students not miss more than a very few class sessions in any course, and that they not be even late for classes, because participation is vital. Last year, Stephen was in a course taught by Jim Donovan, and he keeps looking over at Jim to see what Jim was going to say about him, but Stephen had very uncharacteristically shown up late a few more times than was really best for him. So, being very diligent, he asked Jim what he could do to make up for his lateness. And Jim jokingly told him, well, you'll need to do penance. Now, being a good student despite the tardiness, Stephen said, okay, that's fine. What does that involve? Well, since this is Shimer, Jim felt he couldn't resort to some insipid 20th century penance, like having Stephen do a rosary, so he described the penance tradition of many centuries ago. The classical tradition, we might call it, whereby a penitent would kneel in front of the church for a period of time to acknowledge their sin and also to acknowledge their willingness to repent. Stephen agreed, and as a good sport, he subsequently spent an entire morning in the student lounge with a homemade sign acknowledging his sins, asking for forgiveness, and generally looking rather downcast. Well, that story aside, Stephen has had very little to look downcast about or to do penance for. He's been a great asset to the Shimer community, although because he's a transfer student, he's only been with us 2 years. I'm sure it feels to all of us that he's been here for the full 4 years with the Shimer curriculum. So we're sorry to see him go, but we're great that he'll be one of the representatives to the outside world of Shimer. Stephen, the floor is yours.